Hi everyone, it's Lynn Dion from Pink Whisper Designs. Today I've got a brand new set of stamps and dies from Art Impressions to show you. This is the little Easter puppet set. And we're also going to be creating a tag gift card holder. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's start off with the Art Impressions gift card pocket die set, which has a few other cute little elements in it. That will create a little bow. Got a butterfly and a thank you. And what I'm going to do is grab some Strathmore Bristol Smooth cardstock, and we'll die cut this twice. For the first one, we're going to die cut the entire piece. That will create the pocket. And for this portion here, we just need that top section, and that'll be the front of our card, our little tag card. Now you see that there's a score line there. I didn't cut it right on that line, so what I'm going to do is cut right along that score line and get rid of any of that excess. So now I've got my Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. I'm going to place these down, and I want to make sure that I line these up nice and straight. And I've got my stencil from Hero Arts, and this is called the Lacey Floral Stencil, and this is just absolutely gorgeous. So I want to mask off the bottom portion of this gift card pocket. And so we won't be doing any inking at the bottom. We'll just be inking these two pieces at the same time. So this is going to save you a little bit of time. For inks, I've got Papaya, Butterbar, and Dandelion. And these are the Hero Arts Hero Hues Core inks. So I'm going to use a small blending brush from Hero Arts. And I'm going to start off with that Papaya right down along the bottom. So that'll be our darkest color. Then we'll move on to the Butterbar, and I'm going to blend these two together. And I want to go from the bottom dark to light up towards the top. So I'm really grounding the scene with that darker color. And then with this last color, I'm going to go really light up towards the top. So again, I'm doing a bit of blending, but I want to keep it the lightest up towards the top. So you can see how pretty those are. So again, the one on the right will be the front of the card, and this piece here will be the pocket for the back of our card. And that's how those two will go together. So we do need to ink that inside section of the pocket right there where I'm pointing. And I want to make sure that it lines up perfectly with what I've already stenciled. So I'm going to make sure I line that stencil up nicely. And then if you just make sure your stencil is locked down up at the top there, I can lift that stencil up, pull that flap down, and do that little bit of stenciling up towards the top. Again, I don't need to do the whole thing because I really just want to finish off that inside section of the gift card pocket. And you certainly don't have to do this, but I thought it would look nice if it was one continuous background where the gift pocket is. So this gift pocket will be for the little girl puppet, and then this one we're creating is going to be for the little boy. So I thought it would be cute to have a little brick background. This is the brick stencil from Fawn. This is really cute. This is definitely a go-to stencil. And I've got Pine, Fresh Lawn, and Green Apple. Again, these are the core inks from Hero Arts. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with that darker color down towards the bottom. So do keep in mind that all of the products I'm using today are listed and linked down below and also on my blog. So now again, I'm going to put that darkest color at the bottom. And basically I'm using that darker color at the bottom just to ground the little scene that we're going to create with our Easter Bunny. Now I've got that Fresh Lawn. And then we'll go to the Green Apple. And again, I'll just blend that together and we'll just go lightest up towards the top. So once that's all set, we'll want to do the inside portion of that pocket just like we did before. So I'm going to remove that tape, and again, that pocket will fold up. And I want to do that inside section of the pocket. So let's place that back on the Wendy Vecchi Make Art Station. And again, I want to line up that stencil exactly with the stenciling I've already done. Kind of lock down that stencil at the top so that I can flip it up, pull that little gift card pocket down and then do this remainder of the stenciling. And there you can see it's going to line up nicely. So let's go on to the sentiment. I've got the Easter sentiment set. It's got some really cute little sentiments on there. And again, that's from Art Impressions. I've got my pine ink and I'm going to go ahead and stamp this. I did end up inking this a couple of times. I'm using that Stampendable stamp press to press that out. And I did ink this twice to get a nice crisp stamping. And then let's go ahead and do the other one. I've got the papaya. I did clean off that stamp, by the way, and then I stamped this a couple of times. So once that was all set, let's grab this scallop circle. This little die set has some really cute items in it, some frames, those scallop ovals, and this is called the Journal Oval Frame Set. It also has a little banner as well. It's really cute. So let's go ahead and die cut our two sentiments. These are for the inside of the little tag cards. Once I did that, I wanted to edge those a little bit. So I went back to the dandelion and the green apple, and I'm just going to blend that color right around the edges of each of these. Next, we want to place a score line on our gift card pocket. This will be so that we can create the card. So I'm scoring it at 1/4 inch, and I did that for both of these little pockets. Once that's done, you'll see that's going to create the pocket on the back of the card, and then this section here will be the inside of our card. So let's go ahead and place some adhesive on our sentiment, and I'm using the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive. And we'll do that for both of these. I'm just centering it. Again, that'll be the inside of the card. So now we can go ahead and fold the little pocket, these two tabs on either side. And let's place some glue on each of those tabs. And then we can just fold this shut. I like to grab my bone folder and just make sure I press that out nicely. And do make sure that you can slide something in and out of there. You may want to just have a gift card handy so you can just check and make sure you haven't glued anything shut that shouldn't be glued. And then here you can see that, again, I'm going back to that bone folder and just pressing that out. So we've got the two back sides of the card. Let's create the front side. So I'm going to take those little tabs at the top where we created that score line, and I'll fold those in towards the middle of the card. And then we can apply some glue. And we want to apply it on the inside of the card again, right along that score line. And I'm just going to make sure I have glue right to the edges there. And then we can place the front of our tag card on. Let's do that again for this one. Again, we're placing that glue on the inside of the card. And then we're going to line up the front of the card and make sure those are glued nicely. So once that was dry, I went ahead and just grabbed my bone folder and made sure that these open and close nicely. So you want to just kind of fuss with that a little bit, make sure that you get a nice crease on the inside of the card. So you can see we have the little gift card pocket on the back of our tag card. Now, let's take a look at this brand new Easter Bunny puppet set, and this is just so adorable. Get the little bunny, you get all the little outfits for the boy and the girl, you get shoes, get a little basket of eggs and a little pail with a paintbrush, and you do get a separate egg there too, so you can use that to create other cards as well. I'm going to start off with the sugared almond pink on the cheeks, and then I've got beige and mid-brown for the little bunny. I will be listing all of the colors in the upper left-hand corner as we're going along, so you can just check there. And all of the colors will also be listed on my blog post as well. So I've added those two colors right at the same time, and then I'm going to use my blender pen. These are the Zig Clean Color Real Brush pens, and I'm going to use the Zig blender to do my blending. And I do want to keep the center of the face the lightest. Now we don't need to color in the entire bunny, because we are going to be adding the little outfits. So I'm going to just color in the sections that I think are going to show. That'll just save a little bit of time. And I do want to mention that if you love these little puppets as much as I do, I don't know, there's something about these sets that I just can't get enough of. There was a Snowman set back in the fall that was released, and I will list and link that for you below. I'll also link the video for you if you want to take a look at that. I also had done some tag cards with that, but I didn't do the gift card pocket tag cards, and they were a little bit different. I added some ribbon to the top. So you can look at those if you'd like to see how these little puppets are so cute. And I'm wondering if we can't mix and match the outfits from the bunnies to the little snowmen. I haven't tried that yet, but that's something that we could take a look at. So now I'm just adding a little bit of shadowing, and again, I'm not going to color in the entire bunny, just going to color in those areas that are going to be showing. So I'll skip that center tummy area, just add a little bit of color down here on the feet. But again, those shoes are going to be covering part of their feet as well. Now I'm coloring this one bunny on camera, and I'll color that second one off camera. But I did them the exact same way, just added a little more shadowing to my boy bunny than I did to the girl one. So now with the smoky teal, we'll do the little overalls. And I did leave in all of the coloring because I know a lot of you like to see this, but I did speed it up quite a bit so that it wouldn't take too much time. If you prefer not to do all of this coloring, you could use your pattern papers. This set does include the dies, so what you can do is stamp your images onto a pattern paper and then die cut them out. So that would give you some really cute outfits. You could use plaids, stripes, polka dots, whatever you like. And Art Impressions did just come out with a new Easter paper pack, one of those 6x6 packs, and it's really cute. It's got some gorgeous pastel colors in it. It would be really great for paper piecing these little bunny outfits. So I'm switching over to the light gray. I'm going to keep this shirt white. I'm just adding a few little shadows to the shirt. And again, not that much of it is going to show. It's going to be tucked up underneath those little overalls. So I don't need to color the whole entire thing. And staying with that light gray, I'll do the little shoes. And then I'm going to go to the bright yellow and the scarlet red to do the shoelaces. I'll do that scarlet red on each side of the shoelace and just kind of pull that darker color in towards the center. I'm going to stick with those same two colors to do the little hat. And even with the coloring, you can personalize these quite a bit. You can use your gel pens to add some stripes and polka dots and really have some fun with these. I love to do coloring, so I decided to go this way, but certainly the paper piecing is fun. Now with light blue and cobalt blue, I'll do the top of her dress. I don't need to do all of the dress, again, because I'm going to put that little apron over top. The only thing that I should have colored was the very bottom of the dress, and I think I did that off camera. So let's finish up this top part. And then yellow and orange for the little pockets on the apron. And we'll just blend that up towards the top of the pocket. And you'll see as we go along, what I'm doing is just repeating the same colors over and over. I don't like to add too many colors, so once I just determine the colors that I like, I tend to stick to that color palette. I usually select all my colors before I start coloring anything. I lay them out on the table, and sometimes I just do a little color chart off to the side just so I can see how everything's going to work together. And then once I've decided that, again, I really hesitate to add more colors. I tend to kind of stick to the colors I've selected in the beginning. So back to the light gray for this little pair of shoes. And if you get too much ink, you can just grab it off your image and scribble it onto your scrap paper. And you do want to scribble that blender pen onto your scrap paper when you're going to change colors. Just scribble it on there until it goes clear, and then you know you can move on to the next color. Just added a little shadowing of gray to that little apron. And now this is like a little bow for her hair. It's got a little headband, and then there's the little bow down to the bottom left there. Back to those same two colors that I used on the bunny to do this basket, the beige and the mid brown. And then one thing, full disclosure, I did not have the dies for this set when I received these. Sometimes we get these in advance and the dies were not yet available. Your set will include the dies. I ended up cutting these out by hand, and you will see that when you use the dies, they will cut a little bit differently. Like on this pail and on the little basket of eggs, it will cut right above the little paint there and then around that handle. So you can actually slide it onto their arms or slide it into their little paws. So I just want to mention that. Mine might look slightly different from the way yours are going to die cut, but it's pretty close. Now that all of the coloring is done, let's add the little outfits to our bunnies. And this is the fun part. I love this part. Now you could certainly give this to somebody without assembling the outfits. You could give it to someone as a gift and have them do the assembly of the little outfits, like a little paper doll set. You could make a bunch of different outfits for the bunnies. You could do them in different colors. So that might be a fun little gift for someone. And you could use the pocket that we're creating today to put all of those little elements inside. So you could make all their little outfits, tuck them in that pocket, and someone would have a ball just interchanging these little outfits. Now let's do the little boy. Now again, I did cut these out with my detail scissors because I did not have the dies at the time. And you will see there on that little basket of eggs off to the left, it did not cut the little top portion right above the eggs. Yours will be more detailed than mine. It will cut out that little area. And on the little bucket of paint, same thing. So I'm just pulling up the bow a little bit for a little dimension, and I'm also going to pull up the little ruffly part, the little lacy part of that apron. Now going back to that same sentiment set that we used before, I'm just going to grab that little word hop. And there's my little gift card pocket. Now I probably could have stamped this before I assembled this, but I wasn't exactly sure where I wanted things. I'm going to pop it into my Misty stamp positioner. And I did take out that foam mat because this is a little bit thick now. So I want to make sure it lies nice and flat in here. And I did end up having to put a couple little pieces of cardstock on the upper section of the back of the tag because you have that little pocket there and it was kind of causing this not to stamp perfectly. So I added those couple little pieces of cardstock. You can see that there, and that made this nice and flat so I could do my stamping. I'll leave that there and stamp it on this one as well. And I'm using the Versafine Onyx black ink to do that stamping. I did end up stamping these a couple of times. But again, you could do that stamping before you do your assembly. Let's pop up our little bunnies. I've got the scrapbook.com small adhesive squares, and I'm just using my Cricut weeding tool to remove the backing from those. Let's go ahead and place down the bunny and then the little paint can, and then let's do the little girl as well. And these are just so sweet. I love these. They're just adorable. And then I've got my white gel pen. I'm going to add just a few little highlights here and there. And next, I've got the Dress My Craft little hearts. And these are white. I didn't have any in the coordinating colors, so I decided to color these in gold, yellow, and orange to coordinate with my tags. These are the Spectrum Noir Tri-Blend markers, but any alcohol markers will do here. You could even use your alcohol inks if you prefer. You could just add a few drops of ink over top of these. I just colored them in, and they will dry permanently. So you can change the colors of any of your little embellishments by using your alcohol markers. I also took my Wink of Stella glitter pen and added a little bit of glitter here and there. And let's take a closer look at these little tag gift card holders. And look at how cute these are. I love this. But again, you could create some little paper doll items and place those in those pockets for someone as well. You could even slide some cash in there, a little candy, anything you like. So these are just really fun. So I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you don't miss a single video. As always, thank you for joining me today. I hope you all have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.